So, next topic we got.
Just say we live right now too, so you know.
Oh, we live.
We live. We'll see if anyone jumps on. We don't know.
Crispy Brown. It's about to go down.
Do you think? Okay, where we
Bunch
go?
of dogs up in this pound.
Rough.
All right, so question we got for you guys.
Yeah, we on sports.
You're on sports. Obviously, what's been in the news right now is Shedeur Sanders and him getting drafted so low when he was projected to be the number one, between the number 1 and number 5 pick originally, I assume.
That's what I heard. I don't know the whole basis on this one. So,
So there's a lot of rumors and innuendos going around about his approach to the game, his cockiness.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you draft him, you're also technically drafting his father to come along as a package.
Yeah.
But do you think the NFL was trying to make an example out of him, or is it more based on his skill level in comparison to the other players drafted before him?
Probably both. Just based off what I know, if they might try to make a little bit of example just to let people know, hey, like just because you're good or you have a name or something like that doesn't mean you're above everyone else or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like some people may put you there, but with us, we're letting you know that's not flying kind of thing. And it could be skill too, because I've heard too, like he's not, I guess, the greatest, or not the greatest, but like the best one out of all the drafts right now. He's not the best, maybe even the best, because is he a quarterback?
Quarterback, yeah.
He's probably not even the best quarterback. I'm not too sure. Don't roast me on this one, right? But with him, I think that's what it is. It's probably a mixture of both. So I'm not too sure with him. I know that like you said, he dropped all the way to 5th round and got selected, I think, by the Cleveland Browns. So
yeah, I feel as if it's more along the side where the NFL is trying to make an example. Just because you have the last name of Sanders doesn't automatically.
What up, BZ?
Doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be drafted so high.
Yeah.
I think when you have such a father figure of Deion Sanders or someone of that caliber, it comes with certain expectations, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think when you compare him to other quarterbacks coming into the league that he meets that upper echelon of like top tier quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We're not experts. We're not scouting people, but you have to keep in mind, you have to kind of have faith that these people that saw him play in his college level, when you compare him to other quarterbacks, he doesn't meet that criteria.
Probably.
You know what I mean? So, and I gotta think that if you're gonna draft Shedeur, Deion is looking down the pipeline and saying, you know what? If they get my son, maybe I could have a coaching job in the future. So then you have coaches worried about their job, right? And I don't know. It's almost like the NFL is taking a playbook out of the whole. I know it's a far reach, but they're taking a playbook out of the whole LeBron and Bronny situation in the NBA.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
LeBron is this all-star caliber player, right? There's so much pressure on Bronny, he's bound to fold, right?
Okay.
Same thing with Shedeur. There's so much pressure on his head because of who his dad is.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not going to be as good, or he's going to try too hard to be as good as his dad, even though he's going to play a different position. There's still that pressure on top of his head where you got to be at this level when he really is probably at this level. You know what I mean? So they have to take all those things into consideration. So, do you want to take that chance on Shedeur?
I mean,
spend that type of money, wait for him to develop to get to a top tier quarterback level? I don't know. I don't think the NFL is paying money like that to someone that hasn't proven himself in an NFL jersey.
I mean, I think from here, this could work in his favor if he wants it to, being drafted 5th round. Like I know it's like you're supposed to go. Projected as what I heard, 1st round, top 5 or whatever. But if if it's not everyone feeling that you deserve to be there, because there's some people who probably think it might have been a mix of like, why is he top 5? He's not, maybe he's a top 15, top 20, but top 5. Da, 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 da.
Well, apparently
So-
he's nice. He's not that bad.
I say I'm not with the NFL and stuff. I know there's little things that can drop you in the draft. Like it could be something minor to you, but to them it's something massive, and you can go from top 5 to maybe closer to 30th pick or something like that. Like it could just drop you, right? So his went all the way 5th round, right? So that's a big drop. That's a knock to your ego for sure, especially with that and knowing that you're supposed to go there.
Yeah.
But if he's smart, he can use this from here, humble yourself, go quiet, and just work. You're on the Cleveland Browns, so it's not to say you have some big following. Like they haven't been good for how, like, I think just recently they were good. What, last year? I think they did decent. I think they made the playoffs. Did they make the playoffs last year? Cleveland? The Browns? I
Okay,
think so.
Google.
Or they were close to it. Something. But
Did the Cleveland Browns make the playoffs last year?
I can't remember. I think they were close to it.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns did make the playoffs last
You
year.
got that.
Which was the
Okay.
2023
So
season.
All right, shut
they
up.
did move. They have improved from whatever. So you can take that now and push them further. Get them back to the. Okay, I don't know if he's going to start. I don't know who their quarterback is, but I don't know if he's going to start this year for them or whatever. Even if you don't, go from the back. When you get in there, do your thing.
Yeah.
And you can work your way up. Especially if you can do something for in Cleveland, even if you don't win a title, but even if you just get them to like the finals,
Yeah.
a Super Bowl, let them see a Super Bowl. You'll be a god almost in Cleveland.
Facts.
You win? Oh my gosh.
And a lot of people.
Who's LeBron in Cleveland now? You know what I mean? Like,
True.
he can take over.
And another thing is, like, to piggyback on what you're saying about him being humble, he can do that, but also use it as a chip on your shoulder. You know what I mean? All right, all these teams passed on me. I didn't get picked in the first, second, third round. I'm gonna show you guys what's up. Right? He could also use it as leverage to make him better and to show these guys that they made a mistake not drafting him so high. You see it in the NBA lots of times. There's lots of players that get drafted so low and then they come out of nowhere and they're like a top 2. One example, Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Look, he didn't have no shit. Look, Kobe Bryant, even though he got drafted pretty high, no one expected him to be that good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He wasn't the #1 pick, but
No.
But
Yeah.
he developed his game. There's people that get chosen at a later stage in the draft, and they use it as motivation to get better, to show everybody, yo, listen, I should have been drafted #1. It's time to show and prove. So, I mean, my only advice to Shedeur is show them what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Use it as a chip on your shoulder.
Listen, I had to laugh because on the live here, we got, our boy, Beezy Buds, Clay Davis. Man said, how did I know he was going to bring up LeBron?
This guy. Hey, how's that 4-1 sweep looking almost? They gave him a gentleman sweep. And you know what's funny? What's his name? Anthony Edwards even said, yo, I'm sending you and your pops home early. Show and
Talk
prove. Show and prove.
Boy, yo.
But if,
Shout out to Beezy Buds. What up?
Yeah,
Do
but
the
if,
thing.
like I said, if Shedeur, like you said,
Yeah.
if he can transition or make this somehow benefit his career, then I still believe that he can make noise. Like it's only a draft, bro. Your career's not over. Your life's
That's what
not
I say.
over.
The draft is just a draft. It just puts you somewhere. It just gets you in there. That's all it really does.
And a lot of people say, as long as you get your foot wet, as long as you get your foot in there, the sky's the limit.
It's what you do. Now it's what you do. All this stuff that just happened,
Yeah.
make that your pass. You have a new start now. You're in the NFL. All right, work your way up. You're on Cleveland. Work your way up. Don't worry about the camera and the glitch. Like, just play your game.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially if you have a good game, don't get boastful now. Be like, see, I told you, you didn't want to draft me. Da, 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 da. And then from there, next game, you do crap.
Yeah.
So you just got to stay, humble.
Stay
and
humble.
Good.
Yeah.
And as we were saying, as you were talking about LeBron, we'll ease into the ball section of this here. And it's not necessarily LeBron, but you were asking about something about Curry.
Yeah, so another thing that's been brought up is Is Steph Curry, can he now be considered the GOAT? So forget about top shooter of all time. You know, he has, he has an Olympic title, he has NBA championships, he's got MVPs. Is it time to include him in the GOAT discussion? Period.
If
Not just as a shooter, as a player, as a GOAT.
she's saying this, if he wins this year,
Forget, and even if he doesn't win this
okay,
year,
if he doesn't
even
win,
if
so he
win
has
this
what,
year,
4 titles?
he has 4 titles, same as LeBron, right? He doesn't have as much MVPs, but to see the level that he plays at this age, right, and to see that he's capped it off finally with an Olympic title, right? Does he really have more to prove? He's 36. He'll be turning 36 next year.
For just on an overall basis, no, I don't think he has more to prove to say he is a great player or one of the great players. GOAT conversation, I think you could you can bring him up because again, like he has 4. He didn't ride anyone's coattail. He was either the 1 or 2. Forget, okay, he didn't get the MVPs for the fun. But like nowadays, it seems kind of like with those, like a few of those finals MVPs, it was just someone who popped up. Because like, didn't Iguodala got one, right?
That's right. And
Is he like all season? Iguodala was not an MVP. You weren't even bringing him up in the MVP category, like for the whole regular season. So for him to get it there is just because, okay, he had a spark. It was whatever it was. At the moment, he was he was a difference maker. That's what it was. Not necessarily he was the MVP, but he was a difference maker, right? So Curry didn't get those or whatever. But I think if someone wants to, if you're talking and you're like, yeah, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, and someone says,
he has.
I think Steph's in there. I'm not gonna like be like, that's stupid.
Okay. No,
right?
no.
I think you can put him in there. He's not getting it.
All right. Well, let's just say, I'll continue on what you were going to say. Let's just say he does eventually, if he wins one more championship. So that'll put him at number 5. So that'll put him, technically, I guess, 1 above LeBron.
Yeah,
right?
you have to put him in.
If he, now, winning it this season is far-fetched. I don't
And
think.
that's what, if he does do it, because it's far-fetched, I think you're going to have to put him in.
Oh, no doubt.
You have to.
No doubt. But if he wins his 5th, would you put him a step above LeBron?
Yes.
So
if he does it this season in this condition now.
Let's say he does it. Okay, if he does it.
No,
this season,
it does factor in. It will factor to me because it does show a tough one. He wasn't. Golden State wasn't ranked the number 1 team. He didn't have. It wasn't like, okay, yeah, these guys are good. If you're betting, you can make some money on them this year. You know what I mean? Like for them to win, because when they were top, like you can't bet on them. Like they're the favorites.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if he were to do it this year, yes, because you can look at this title and be like, he has 1 more than LeBron, and this title was a tough one. He did fight too, just like how your boy Kobe had to win one without Shaq, or whatever, and he did it. Yeah, he had Gasol, whatever, but I mean, Gasol isn't a Shaq. He is a player. He was good, and he was it, but you're not comparing him to Shaq as a partner. You would take Shaq probably over him, right? So he did win it. He did it twice, right, without Shaq, right? So if Steph can do it one in a position where he's not the number 1 guy, like his team is not ranked number 1, they had to fight through and get there. He doesn't have Clay, right? All he has is really a Draymond, and Draymond isn't the Draymond or whatever.
No, he got a Jimmy Butler now.
Okay, he has a Butler, but again, remember, and there's an argument. Jimmy came there. He didn't go to Jimmy.
True. But
he hasn't left Golden State either.
And Curry's never going to leave Golden State.
All right, so that's where he's going to retire, and that's it. Probably most likely, that's how it's going to go. So I think if he does get one this year, especially, and if he pulls off a Finals MVP, definitely.
Yeah.
If you don't want to put him in the GOAT talk, then you're taking LeBron out of that GOAT talk. That's how I look at it. Because what are you going to say that he did? Because he showed all these points. All right, that's great. That's longevity too. And yes, you have to be at a. But if you started if Steph came out, played the same amount of years, with the threes that he makes and stuff, you're telling me he wouldn't be even a little bit closer? Maybe he might not have broken it because injuries, whatever. Remember, he had those injuries.
I was just about
Right?
to say that. Yeah.
So if he wasn't injured, he's still hitting three. He's maybe not as much as now, but it could be. He has all those threes that he missed, and if he came out of high school.
Yeah. There's a couple variables there, like you said. Like he was injury prone in the beginning of his year. Like you said, he has those ankle injuries, right? If he didn't have those ankle injuries, the series where they lost Draymond Green because he got kicked out because of
the suspension or whatever it was.
Right. If those two things weren't there, I would give Curry at this point one more championship, right? That would put him above. LeBron really hasn't faced, and I'll concede. Like,
well, if we switch it up, yeah, okay.
I'll concede. LeBron deserves his flowers. Like, that's even hard for me to say. You know what I mean? LeBron deserves his flowers. But he's had so much help along the way. You know what I mean? He's had D.W.A.G. He's had Kyrie.
D.W.A.G, Bosh.
He's
Kyrie.
had Bosh.
Then you have Shaq for a second.
Yeah, they didn't.
I know. That's why I don't really mention him. But if you just want to mention names,
But
a
regardless,
name.
though, I listen. 4 championships is 4 championships. I'll give that to him.
I'll give you that.
I'm not going to take that away from him, right? But if Curry can, like you said, pull this off, and seeing what he already has under his resume, you have to at least put him. I would go as far as to say number 3. I would put him at number 3 of the greatest of all time. Okay. Me personally, I definitely wouldn't put him above Jordan. And you know I'm biased. Kobe's my boy.
Yeah, get at him. You know he's gonna get at you. You already got
Kobe's
it.
my boy. Right? And obviously, top tier level is Jordan, right? But LeBron doesn't. He still lacks that killer mentality. You know, I know he's had a few episodes or a few games where he's taken over, but for someone of Curry's stature, right? Just picture this.
Yeah, okay.
Curry, compared to obviously he's tall, right? Compared to us, like he's a baller.
But I see what you're saying. He's small.
He's small in comparison to other NBA players.
Yeah.
For someone to drop 30, 40, 50 points, he had a 50 game point this season, right? And to go against the level of competition that he's going against. And remember, his primary source of points are 3-pointers. Hitting a 3-pointer consistently is extremely hard. You know what I mean? So for him to continue to do that year after year, win championships, right? Be amazing at 3-point shooting. You have to give him his flowers and say, you know what? I would actually put this guy above LeBron. If he wins one more championship, I'll put him above there.
Yeah.
But
definitely has to. And again, he's changed.
He changed the landscape of the game for sure.
He changed
for sure.
like every single person thinks they could hit a 3. Like teams, big. You can't be a big man who can play post. They want you to shoot 3s. Like that's crazy to change that mentality of the game.
Yeah, and I know that
to get to that point. Whether people feel it's ruined, I'm not gonna say he ruined the game. He didn't ruin it. He did what he needed to do. Yeah. No one told everyone else to go. Shoot 3s. That we have to do that now. When people say that, that's the way the game is now. That doesn't mean it got better. That doesn't mean it's better.
Listen.
So
another argument you can make is who's guarding LeBron as soon as he touches half court? Not a lot of teams. Who's guarding Curry as soon as he touches half court? That's a threat right there. Any man that can consistently shoot from so deep, you have to give them that respect. Not to say that LeBron doesn't deserve respect, but like you said, Curry has changed the game. Like you didn't see people shooting from half court consistently back in our years. So back in like the Jordan era, the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era, you didn't see people pulling up from half court and shooting it wash. Nowadays, you have to guard people half court because of what Curry brings to the game. But as far as at the end,
you know what you do and you don't, because now it's just you got to see who can actually hit them. There's a difference. I know there's a lot of guys who can do there's guys who can do, but there's a lot who can't. And I'm talking consistent, like where you feel like, okay, I can't let this guy cross half, or once they cross half, they're a super threat. That's really just Steph. I don't care. You can bring up whoever else you want to in the league. Maybe you could say Clay at the time, but I mean, even right now, you still can't just be like, all right, I'll let Steph shoot from the half.
You can't let him shoot anywhere. You can't let him, and that's what I'm saying. Like LeBron, you can kind of like say, okay, if this guy's taking a half-court shot, all right, let him take it.
He may hit it if he's hot.
He may hit it, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't garner.
He doesn't give that threat.
Right? He doesn't garner that same respect that Steph has, right?
Yeah.
And to me, when you do comparisons of GOATs, like the Jordans, the Kobes, the LeBrons, you have to think about that respect, killer instinct. Who do you fear that can kill you on the court? Lots of people fear Curry right now.
Yeah.
Do you fear LeBron? I don't think he garners that same type of fear from other players.
Yeah, I think now if you see he's on, and even when he's on the game, you don't fear that you're going to lose the game though. Even when he starts to take over kind of thing or gets in his triple-double bag or whatever it is, he's still doing that and they're still losing games. Yeah. So there's that. But I want to go question here because he said Kobe effed himself. If he would have kept Shaq, he would have had 6 or 7 rings. Do you believe that? So, yes. Back in my earlier, so I know that this differs from what I said earlier on. He's not here, but we good.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. Did Kobe mess that up? Sure. But at the same time, we're looking at, all right, so here was Kobe's issue with Shaq. Shaq wasn't in peak condition, right? So when you see someone that's not putting in that type of effort or that type of work, into becoming a championship caliber team, like you should be. The same argument is going on with Luka right now. I mean, if I'm a leader of the team, which was Kobe was, right? And right now, LeBron is the leader of the Lakers, right? If I'm seeing that my teammate isn't putting in that effort to become a championship type caliber player, physical wise, I'm gonna call him out. And if they don't want to be here, then peace. But what happened? Even without Shaq, like you said, Kobe won. You know what I mean? So I think I don't put the full blame on Kobe. Shaq has to hold Shaq has to hold some.
And even Shaq said it himself too. Shaq did when they did their one-on-one. Yeah. When they talked with each other. Yeah.
But could they have won with Shaq? Of course. Like no one's gonna argue that. But I feel if you need to call it a player, then call them out. Right? But I wouldn't put it solely on Kobe. Like Shaq has to do it.
Shaq even said himself, I was lazy. I didn't put in the effort all the time, which I could see. Like if you're that big of a guy, if I want to take, like who's stopping me? Like I get the mentality. Like you know what I mean. You shouldn't have that. Yeah. But I understand. Like I'm in the league already. I'm here. Look at me. Like I'll take a break. I don't have to bust my tail every night. Look how big I am. If I want to take over, I'll take over. But that's what Kobe wanted. He wanted that mentality every night from Shaq. And Shaq didn't maybe give every night, or maybe took something to rile Shaq up to get to that point. But I can see it from both ends.
And to be fair, like being someone of that size, it's hard to carry that weight for 48 minutes straight and be and Shaq was dominant still. Like he was dominant throughout majority of his career. But as he got a little bit older, he won a championship in Miami, but as you get a little bit older, you do put on a little bit more fat. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science, it's just how life works. So everybody needs somebody in their corner to push them to that level. And Kobe was that voice in his ear, and if Shaq didn't like it, then Shaq didn't like it. But could they have won more championships? Of course, that's not even debatable. But at the same time, if you're not meeting the standards of what it takes to win a championship, then
it's gonna be harder, or you're not gonna get it. Okay, so as I'm still talking about Lakers, and we'll transition that to we're talking about Doncic, or sorry, however you say his name.
Call him Luka.
Luka. Speaking of Dallas, GM, people called him, gave him the idiot thing of the year, probably. Is he still looking like that now with the Lakers exit?
And so I was on the bandwagon of the whole let's hate Nico Harris type of level, right? But if you're thinking about it in the big picture, and this is before Lakers even got kicked out by Minnesota. Everybody knew the health issues with Luka, right? That wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
And obviously everybody knows the health issues with AD. But I'm looking at Luka and I'm thinking about, I don't think he's going to get much better defensively. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to get any faster. I don't think he's going to be able to move his feet any quicker. So when you think about defense, I think Dallas or Nico saw that. Listen, we've been on this guy year after year after year after year. His health is still an issue. His weight management is still an issue. How much better is he going to be? So they took that gamble with AD. At least with AD, you can consistently see that, okay, a healthy AD can get you boards. He can obviously get you points. He's a good passer. He's still considered, if not the best center in the league when it comes to all-around gameplay, right? So if we're fast-forwarding now to next year, hands down, I think Dallas won. When you put together a healthy AD, a healthy Kyrie, a healthy Klay Thompson versus an aging LeBron and a overweight Luka Doncic, I'd give the cards to Dallas for sure. What about you?
Yeah, I think hey, listen, I thought the same thing. I was like, why would you make it? And it's not even that you made the trade, it's who you made it to. That's what I think was the main thing, or one of the big things for people was that, okay, you traded him, your reason, understandable, I guess. The Lakers? Like, to me, I know when people make trades or with sports, they usually say, don't trade within, like, send them to the other side. Send them to the East. Or, I know, okay, Dallas and the Lakers, they're not in the same division. They're the same conference. They're still Western, but I don't think they're in the same division. So, okay, yeah, don't trade within your division either. Like, especially a caliber like that, unless you're getting something back. But, yeah, the thing was the Lakers. Of all the teams, like, why would you do the Lakers? And, like, LeBron, like, and that's what made it look like, oh, here we go. And that's why everyone thought LeBron didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I kind of believe that he didn't because of the way it went down. I believe I don't think he had a say in it. I don't know if he knew right away when it happened. I can believe that. I don't think anyone knew. I think it really was a shock to everyone except for, was it Polanski? Is it the
Lakers GM?
The Lakers GM and Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one who knew was Harris, obviously, because they were shocked. Like, imagine you're the Lakers GM, you're chilling, and all you hear is your phone rings. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Harris, hey, yeah, you want Doncic?
Yeah. I don't know. You know,
That's crazy. So and people think something else might have went down behind the scenes for that to happen just like that fast.
I gotta think though, like a lot of people say LeBron didn't know, but it's LeBron, man. Like you have to think like he knew something. Like those moves don't get made without, you know, what do you think if this is the scenario?
But do I need LeBron's approval on a Doncic trade? Like, was he really going to say no?
You know,
saying that's what I'm pertaining to him being involved, as in like maybe they went, hey LeBron, we're going to get Doncic, okay, and that's it. Maybe that right before it happened, maybe that. But I don't think there was a hey LeBron, we're thinking of Doncic. What do you think?
But LeBron
could have, but I don't know, the way it went down middle of the night, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but that even brings more credence to, you know what, maybe he didn't know. It makes it even more unbelievable. When in actuality, he probably did know and probably gave it the green light. Listen, they didn't win a championship since the
but he wouldn't know he wouldn't know because it's not like the Lakers went to them to say, oh, we want, LeBron, we're going to go try and get them. Dallas called them and said, hey, I think that's how I get it. Dallas, obviously, if you're trading someone, I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
Remember, there was no other team. He went to the Lakers. So I can understand LeBron didn't know it's going to happen. The Lakers didn't even know it was going to happen the way it's explained.
But they can still say no.
But they're not going to say no. I can see maybe it might have been a, hey, we want to trade Doncic for Davis and da 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 da. It could have been give me a second, let me call you back. Yeah, LeBron, these guys want to give us Doncic for da 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 da. We're gonna take the deal. Da da da. And LeBron might have been like, okay.
See, I see that.
And then when? So his involvement, what people say involvement in, I think they're saying he gave approval or gave a nod into like, okay, I'll take it. No, I knew ahead of time. No, I think if he knew anything, I think it went down like that. Like it was in the spur of the moment kind of thing. Or it may have even been a text like, oh, he might have been on the phone and at the moment, yo, we're getting Doncic. And kept talking.
Let me throw you something for a little bit. You're LeBron, right? I'm AD. You get that phone call. You calling me and letting me know? Even if the GM says, yo, you can't tell AD.
It's a done deal? Yeah, I'll call you.
Even though the GM says, yo, listen, you can't even tell AD, you know what I mean? This might look bad. You know, we have a game coming up, Ray.
I'm LeBron. I'm LeBron. I'll tell him if I want. I'm LeBron. You're gonna tell me I can't tell him? Come on now, dog. I don't think so. I think LeBron would. If it's supposed to be boy, I don't know their relationship. If it's a D-Wade, I see him telling D-Wade for sure.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I see him calling him right in front of him. What? Don't tell who? What? Wade, they're trading you. You know what I mean? Or you got traded.
Yeah.
Well, I can see him telling him that because it happened. If it's in a process, maybe he delays it because Davis might be like, yo, talk to the man, yo, don't you trade me. But if it's done, where it's in script, it's already happened. LeBron says, yo, B, they just told me they traded you.
Yeah.
Like they didn't, like, there was no discussion with me or nothing. They just said they traded you. I'm just giving you that heads up. If he's not supposed to know, and I'm gonna tell him, I'm like, listen, you don't know this, but they traded you, dog. Deal with whatever you have to, but when they tell you, you need to act shocked, whatever, you did not hear anything from me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, you know? So.
I mean, that relationship is
I
at the end of the day, they won a championship together. So that's something that they can hang their hat on.
Yeah.
But as far as them winning another one, even if they kept AD, considering how deep the West is, I feel as if the trade kind of worked for both favors, even though I still think the trade works better for Dallas. Listen, like it's been in the news, Luka is a generational talent. So if you have a chance to get him, get it, no hands down. But again, you're gonna have to take upon the responsibility of keeping on top of him about his weight and then his defense, right? Is that gonna get any better? I don't think so. But the pairing of Luka and LeBron is definitely, if we're talking about a business here, it's going to bring in ticket sales, obviously. Like you're going to make money with the two of them pairing as Batman and Robin. So they're not losing financially. If anything, they're gaining. If you put two superstars on a team, it could have been anybody. It could have been LeBron and KD. It could have been Kyrie coming back and pairing up with LeBron. It doesn't matter, right? At this point in the game, seeing where LeBron is as far as age is concerned, I don't see a championship in the future. However, I do see a mission to continue ticket sales. Luka is going to bring in ticket sales. Now, as a business, if that's all that you're concerned about, go for it. Luka's only, 25, 26?
Yeah, listen, I can't blame the Lakers for taking the trade, especially with AD being like injured in that sense. But
so who do you think goes deeper next year? LA or Dallas? You have to put monopoly money on it. Who goes deeper?
I gotta know what the are there both teams healthy?
Yeah, healthy. A healthy Lakers team versus a healthy Dallas team.
With who they have now,
who they have right now.
They go to next season. They don't. They don't change up their
same squad.
Same squad.
Yeah.
Might have to go Dallas.
Yeah.
Just because they don't depend on. They do, but they know they can learn to play without Davis. Because they've been playing without him this year, right? Kyrie just got hurt at the end, so whatever. Kyrie will do what Kyrie does, right? Thompson can
Still,
find some little bit of consistency in himself or find a game, maybe not the old game. Maybe that's what he needs to get away from, not trying to be the old Clay and just pop off and shoot. Like, still shoot, but you have to find a different way to do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they do that, and I think they can,
make some noise.
yeah, I think it's good. Out of like the Lakers, like, it's a weird spot. Like, I mean, they could, if they figure it out and LeBron and Luka figure out some type of system, then
But that's
they gotta get, they don't have the Jordan mentality though, but you gotta get your team involved, and that's what Jordan did, right?
Yeah.
He had to figure it out. Like, when people kept saying, yeah, you're a great scorer, but you don't win. You can't win with him. Yeah. He had to figure it out. Like, I gotta get my team involved. I gotta get these guys, I gotta get myself healthy probably, but I got to get these guys involved, and that's what LeBron has to do with Luka. Like, actually get them involved. Not, oh, you're involved to help me score. I got to get you guys to score. You guys will be able to play without me on the court.
Yeah. I just think that this is, I don't think Pelinka was really thinking, because you have, like I said, you have an aging LeBron. You have a defense deficiency, Luka Doncic, Luka, right?
That's the part.
I mean,
there,
your only real shining bright light. I'm not to say Luka's not a bright light, but is Austin Reeves. Like, he's still up and coming, and he can develop, and he can get better. You know what I mean?
Isn't that on the, what's his name? Starts with an H. His last name.
Hayes?
Hamanga.
Oh,
yeah, I think he wears goggles or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think he was the second top scorer in their elimination game.
Huchimera.
Yeah, because I think it was
He could play,
Luka, him, and then LeBron. Those were their top three.
Rui Huchimera.
Yeah.
Yeah, if those other role players can step up, then sorry, I will give Lakers a chance. But what do you still do with LeBron and Luka? Like, they're still going to be your pillars. Of the team.
And this is another one. Is LeBron ain't giving you 82 games.
No.
So how many games you getting out of him? How many games you getting out of Luka? Like, Dallas can just be like, all right, we got to learn to play without Davis kind of thing. But
yeah, they're still good.
Because remember, when Luka was out there, they were winning. They still found a way to win too, right?
Yeah.
And what they were saying for Luka, why he was able to get away with certain things on defense, because he had the help behind
That's
him.
right. Yeah.
If he doesn't have that help in LA, and this is why I was like, yo, LA, you should have found a way to get Davis. If they had Davis, okay, now I'll say, okay, Lakers can be a threat. Because you got Luka, his defense isn't the greatest, but if he can give you a 40% defense with Davis behind him helping, you're good.
Yeah.
But that 60% you ain't getting from Luka is getting exposed being with the Lakers. Because who's the Lakers' big man? I don't know who their big man is.
I mean, I wish Clay was still alive, because our bet still goes on about LeBron not winning another championship. So I'm winning.
You can bring it up in the chat.
What do we got next?
What was it? I think it was, we'll run from the sports a little bit. Was there another sports one? Oh no, we talked about them. All right, we're good. We covered that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
What are we doing, relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was looking at. All right.
All right, so
okay, so this is for just for everyone out there. You can if you're a female, you can obviously put it the other way. If for a guy, Oh, I mean, if you're a guy, you can switch it. That'd be.
it could go either.
Okay,
or.
go pop the question, and then we'll reverse it.
Listen.
Okay.
All right, so you're obviously in a relationship. Is this a big no-no?
Yeah. Let's see.
Is farting during sex?
Oh, we going there? Okay, go.
Is farting during sex a big no-no? So you're in the bed.
I thought we were going to the low-key gun one.
Oh, we'll do that
That's
after.
why I said man, woman.
We'll do that after. We'll do this after.
Okay. Is farting during sex a no-no? Like, okay.
Is farting during sex a no-no? So I don't think I have to be specific here. I'll have to break it down
Is it- okay,
in layman terms.
Would there be certain kinds for you? Or is it a no for you completely?
Listen, let me choose my words carefully, all right? If it gets to like a level 10, it smells like you've had onions and tacos all day from morning till night, I can bear it for a few seconds. You know, I could go like a couple minutes, but if it's getting to the point where I need a gas mask, we need a timeout. A timeout. It doesn't have to end the session. I'm not saying it's over and done with, but we're gonna have to work on
Take a 5.
we're gonna have to work on your diet need, whatever it is. We're gonna have to work on something. We'll take a 5 and open up the windows. Then we could go back to business. You know what I mean? But if it's consistently during that hour or whatever long you're going for, and it's just coming out like gas after gas after gas, we might have to continue this at another time. Now, if I farted, and you might have to deal with it still.
This guy says different standards.
I'm just saying, it's a different standard. It's a different standard.
You know
of
what?
course.
You know what? Hold on. Just thinking about that. I'm not trying to imagine you in positions or thing like that. But I'm just saying, overall, I could see you saying that. Allow it, because if you're in the doggy position and she lets it rip, my body's right here. Eh? Like that's coming on. You're hitting me. With that
I mean, you can still do the turn away.
No, I know, but
do the
that's your
turn away.
face. That's your face, but your body's right there, so you're gonna feel that air hit you regardless. But if it's you now, she ain't behind you. The smell's going there. I'm good. The smell's there. Don't worry. Go keep your head there. You're not smelling nothing. I could do that, right? You could do that.
Hold on.
So
Hold on. Wait.
If you have a fan,
we need a timeout.
If you have a fan,
no.
get the fan going.
Timeout. I know we don't want to talk about, but what do you mean if she's behind you?
I said no. She's not behind you.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Yo, me, what are you trying to say here?
Yo, we need to rewind that. I could have.
She ain't behind you. The smell's going there. I'm good. The smell.
I heard if she's behind you.
That is not okay. If I had said that, that is not what I was referring to. I'm saying she's not behind you.
Yeah.
So you can like whiff it away. She's in front, right?
I got you.
But as I'm saying, if you're behind her and she farts, if you're in that position and she farts, you're feeling that air hit here. Hopefully it's just air.
Yeah.
If something comes out too, that I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the session's done right there.
Yeah.
But,
And if we're gonna have adult conversations and we're speaking honestly, females do something that's called
queefing. Yeah, but that's as I was explained to, that's our fault.
That's right.
That's on us.
That
why it happens.
is not. I don't see that as problematic, right? Because that's different.
And you know that one.
That's
you can
right.
tell because
That's
there's no real smell to it, as far as I know.
So, but if we're talking about the stuff that comes out of your anal cavity, like that's different. You know what I mean?
Listen, if this is a first time we're thinking, it might be a little different. If I'm deep in my marriage, I don't give a shit. Fart all you fucking want. Like, no, not all you want, but it can go on. Especially if we just had dinner together. I know what you ate.
All right.
I can't be mad now, you know what I mean? We eat the same food and we're eating together, now I'm gonna get mad. Well, why are you farting? Well, why did you feed me beans? Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is.
All right, cool.
So I can't be mad at you.
All right, you can't be mad.
Just let me fart too and then we're good.
All right, that's cool.
I'll stench.
What if?
Stench for stench.
All right, cool. What if the first one was the second one was hit a little bit of a gurgle there.
Listen.
You know what I'm getting to. And the third one, she's straight out diarrheas. You taking a time out?
Taking a time. Done. The session is finished.
You're married, but you just said you're married.
No. I said no. You said farting. That's shitting. That's two different things. Farting and shitting are two different things, dog. Okay? You
No,
fart.
should have in the past.
If you just fart and we're thinking, okay, listen, like I said, I'm not saying you can just keep going and going and going. That's just okay. Now we gotta stop. Right? But if you let
do you
one,
continue after that, or do you just have that
if you
image?
let one, if you let one, it's just the noise. We're going and going, and you know, if we're transitioning position or something and it happens, I can allow that because we're moving. I'm not expecting you to be able to hold yourself the whole, like you're gonna get moved, you're into it. That also shows they're into it, right? Because they're not thinking about anything. You're putting in your work. So it came out because she's comfortable and relaxed. That's cool. But if we're there and you're just going off, just oh yeah, and you're like, no, we're gonna. Okay, you know what? Go to the washroom. Do what you got to do. If it's something you need to do, we can continue this session. I'm gonna go get a bite, or I'm gonna go take a drink, whatever it is, and we'll come back, continue.
Yo, I know some men out there like, yo, if it's
Depending on who you are. If you're a baddie, yeah, I might. But like I said, I'm in the married zone, so I can't be like, yo. I might do the same thing, you know. If it's saying, okay, all right, you know what? We'll take a break. Go do what you gotta do. We'll come back. We'll pick up.
You know,
we'll continue. I can't kick her out and send her home and be like, oh, we're done. We're together.
You probably raised a good point there. If the girl's a baddie, right? So
that's for the single people. I'm saying if it's single life,
ain't nobody calling Jay-Z ugly, right?
Huh?
But let's say
ain't nobody calling him ugly. Is that what you said?
Ain't nobody calling him ugly, right? What I'm saying.
Oh, so he's pretty. He's handsome.
When you look at someone like Beyonce, for example, right?
Yeah.
If she passed gas, or even going further than that, if she shot at herself during that session,
I'm making a crack
is LeBron is Jay-Z the type of person where
yeah, B, make a track out of that? What do you say?
Is Beyonce, you ain't stopping, we're still going. Yeah. Or is Jay-Z, or do you think Jay-Z is the type to say, you know what? No, I'm gonna call it quit on Beyonce right now.
Beyonce's.
I don't think
Beyonce's controlling that session.
Facts. I don't think Jay-Z holds the cards in that.
No.
Like, yo, you better take this.
No.
Fart and everything. You better smell it.
Yeah.
You better open up those big nostrils.
Let's go, Jigga. Take this. Okay? Take this. Sell this. All right?
But,
sell this weight.
Interesting topic. What do you guys think? There should be a poll on that too. If your significant other passes gas, you still going, or are you taking a time out?
And if you're single or you're dating, and the person you're dating, you guys are having your time, and that happens. Say it's your first time together, do you allow it? Or this is now maybe fifth or sixth time. There's been times before.
There's the door.
Okay. Next. Right. The next one I had along that relationship thing was you had asked, okay, if your girl was a low-key gun runner or drug smuggler, would you keep it under wraps if the money was proper? Yeah. So if your girl, or for girls, if your man was like the tip,
No, let's switch it up. If
oh no, I'm saying girls can answer it too from that aspect,
okay,
but for our conversation, yeah.
You wanna go first?
My girl was if my girl was a
so she was a drug runner or she was a gun runner, and let's say she didn't tell you, right? But you saw all this money coming in.
Okay, she didn't tell me, so I didn't know.
You didn't ask questions until it got a little bit questionable now. You know what I mean? Would you confront her about it? Would you just allow it and let her do her thing, and you don't have to know anything? So
I don't know anything yet.
You don't know anything yet.
But I'm seeing money comes in.
Right.
You don't have a 9 to 5 clearly because you're not.
Nah. But she's a boss.
And the money's just coming in.
She's coming in like a boss.
Okay.
Do you care?
Is this me now?
Yeah.
Or am I just a general average guy thinking this? Is this me? Am I answering as me?
All right, let's do both. Let's do you.
As me?
Yeah.
How I am?
Yeah.
I ain't asking no questions because I know what's going on. I have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know that if I ask and she tells me, one, now I have information. So if I get questioned, I might be bummy. I can't even really just say I don't know anything because I could ramble and say something that, oh, I thought you didn't know. How come you knew? Right? And two, that means I can never leave her because she'll kill me because I know shit. That ass true.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the time that's what happens.
Point. Yep.
Right? You know so much that now you're at a point where I don't want this life no more. And you say, this is not for me. I don't want to be a partner. They'll be like, you can't go nowhere. I'm gonna have to, you know too much. Right? So you have to stay with me or I'm gonna have to kill you. Okay. That's what might happen. So I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna question. I'm not gonna ask nothing. It comes in, done. I don't know anything. I'm not a part of nothing. So I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Now the average dude might approach her and say and be like, where do you get all this money from? How come you're able to afford this life? Like, how come you? And they might turn around and be like, if I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you. If that's told to you now I'm gonna add something else to it. What do you do?
I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying nothing. Listen.
Do you want to know still though?
Do I want to? I would rather know the people she's running with, right? If the people that she's running it have her safety as top tier priority, and the money's right, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Now, if I know that they're kind of shady and like these guys are like they kill just for the heck of it, and you're just there as a plant, and if it goes down, then they end up killing you. If I know that's the mentality, I'm gonna have to say, yo, listen, the money's good, the money's all right, but I don't like the people that you're running with. Let's get you all. Even though the money's been good and it's appreciative and whatnot, I don't like this group that you're running with, right? But now listen, crime is crime. Drug running is drug running. Nobody's promoting that. We're just speaking hypotheticals here, right?
Listen, we got the biggest criminals running things legally anyway, so and they commit crimes all the time.
True. But
I get what you're saying.
yeah, but if it could be done in a way where, like I said, she's safe, then I'm not saying anything.
Like I said, like
we got the big screen TVs, we got the Lambos in the driveway. Why would I disrupt something for no reason?
Listen, I said I don't need to know anything. Listen, all I say is, listen, babes, I'm not an idiot, but whatever I need to know, you let me know. I'm not asking no questions about you do. I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. I mean, this is a private conversation, me and her, right? We're talking, we're private. I'll be like I said, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. I'm not even gonna mouth what I think how you get your money.
Keep it up.
We're on the same length.
Yeah.
Whatever you know, I'm not here to stop you in any way. Whatever I need to know, you let me know. I don't want to be involved, but I know I'm involved.
You're playing it safe. You're playing it safe.
Let me know who I need to be safe around, who I need to shut the fuck up around, who can be trusted. I don't need to know why. Just tell me, see this person? If you're ever in trouble, this is my guy.
Yeah.
See this person? They work for me, but don't ever talk to this person.
Gotcha.
That's all I need to know. Well, how I need to move is just tell me that, because the day they come for me, because they will, I'll get picked up or whatever it is.
That's collateral.
You know, I know nothing.
That's right.
So if they come to you saying, hey, your man told us everything, you know he's talking shit out of his ass completely because you didn't tell me anything. There's nothing I need to know. I move where you need me to move. You know where I'm going. Like, if you need to know my movements, I will let you know my movements.
Yeah.
I will tell you, yes, I'm going here. If you need mans to follow me, watch my back. Do what you got to do. Have my back. Do what you got to do.
I mean, that's a hard one because if your girl is pulling in like, let's say, 10 million a month.
They were doing this before you. Why am I going to say something?
That's pretty hard for you to say, you know what, this has got to stop.
I'm not stopping nothing.
No matter, again, safety.
I'm removing myself out of the situation.
Oh, of course.
I'm not
But,
stop-
but
I
like
can't
you said,
stop it. You
no
can't
matter
stop
what,
it.
you're still part of the situation. Like, you can say that.
Yeah, but it's what
you're
you know.
you're still
Again, at the
tight.
end of the day, it's what you know. That's what gets you. That's what gets you slaughtered up. Because there's people who aren't involved in things, but they know something. You gotta go, right? Watch The Wire. You'll figure that out.
Yes,
Right?
I still haven't watched The Wire. I'm going to watch it eventually. I don't know when, but yes, I'm going to watch The Wire eventually.
But yeah, like I said, like if I get picked, I just want to be like, and you know they're gonna be all this money's coming and you don't know anything. Bro,
Nope.
I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm pretty sure you knew about them before I came in the picture. So why do you think I'm
I
gonna
don't know
know
anything.
anything?
That's right. That's right.
I'm not. I don't know jack shit. Yes, I see. Yeah, okay, he could. You don't want to know where this money comes from? Why?
Yeah. I got you.
I don't know I don't know what happens. I don't know who. Oh, who's this person?
Yep.
Who's this? What do they do with the company? This person drives me around. Oh, they don't make transactions.
I don't know
They
nothing.
drive me from here to here. I go in the car. I get out the back seat. I don't even know what the driver looks like of this vehicle.
Now, it's different if they're going to believe what you're saying.
They may not believe me.
They may not believe
But
it.
you know what? It's not. I'm not trying to convince. I'm not really. In that situation, it's not the police you're trying to convince. It's your people you're trying to convince.
That's right.
That you didn't say shit to
That's
them.
right.
Because you could say no, you could say nothing to them, but if they feel, you know what, I think they said something, you're done. So my whole thing is trying to convince the people, because I don't know who they know, who's working for them in the police station. That person interrogating me can be working for my girl, trying to figure out, is this person a snitch?
That's right.
This could all be a fake. They could have set it up for me to get booked and be like, let's see if they pass that test. Right? So you just got it all the whole time. If you know nothing, you know nothing. There's nothing they can. And if there's something you know, they're gonna see it. Are they gonna say something?
Yeah.
And leave it at that. Didn't 50 do that? In
Power?
not Power, but I think the other one.
Growing up, raising Canaan?
Yeah, didn't he have things son booked, picked up? I seen a clip where he had him picked up. And then they had him in the back of the car and
think it was
he questioned him, raising King, and he was
yeah.
questioning him, and then after they exposed that, oh, they worked for him,
Yeah.
and they were just trying to see if he would yap and talk and stuff, and he didn't.
Yeah.
See, you gotta watch for that.
I guess at the end of the day, what it boils down to is loyalty. You know what I mean? Like, are you loyal to your wife or your girlfriend no matter what she's doing? Or is there a threshold where, you know what, it's gotten this far, it's time to protect my kids, it's time to protect the family. I gotta say something in order for us to be free. Now, you may go down, but at least the family is safe and doesn't have the risk of, dying or going to jail for something that you did.
Yeah.
But again, it's based on loyalty. Do you love your significant other that much? And is the money that good for you to stay silent and not say shit? Or do you be legit and, you know what? I got to think about our longevity here. It's a good discussion. Which actually, if we're gonna keep on crime and what would you do and, a loving
We get to
relationship.
there now. What would you do?
Yeah.
Is that what we doing? Okay.
You want to bring it up? Or you want me to say it?
This is yours.
Okay. So, kind of a related segue.
Might be a little long one, but
Gonna
take
throw
it
your
in.
situation.
Take it
all
in.
right? So let's say you win the lottery. Let's say the lottery is a bankroll of 100 million, right? Now you and your family were living a modest life. So you had a decent house, you had a decent car, decent living scenario, right? You're not living poor, you're not living on the street, you're doing good. You win the lottery, right? After you win the lottery, you commit a crime. Now the crime is murder, right? As a penalty, the judicial system decides that you have to die, right? Could be through injection, electrical, whatever they did back in the day, electric chair, whatever the case may be.
Death sentence for you,
Death sentence.
basically.
But the judge offers you an alternative, right? You can go through the process and get electrocuted. Your family gets to keep everything. Your lottery winnings, the house, the cars.
Yeah, basically their family life continues, but just without you.
Exactly. Plus the lottery, plus the winnings.
Yeah, everything that stays the same, just you're not around no more. That's it.
So you've upgraded financially, and you keep that. But your husband or whomever dies. Or you live, and all your winnings, the lottery, the houses, the cars, anything that's saved up now goes towards the victim. So the alternative is you live, right? You don't die, you don't get punished, but you now get reinserted into a different country, and all your winnings, all your stuff now goes towards the victim's family.
Yeah. So you basically start your life over in another country with your family.
That's right.
From scratch.
Dirt poor. You have nothing, but all the winnings and everything that you have,
Okay,
all your assets.
we won't say you're dirt poor, but you have enough.
You start from scratch.
Yeah, you go to, you're able to go to another country. Okay, you're able to get a home. Maybe a vehicle. The only thing you're guaranteed is a home and some clothes.
No, you're not guaranteed nothing.
No. That's what you.
They call it you're exiled. So they kick you off. You're starting from scratch.
Okay, so you have
they give you $100 to go live somewhere else, and
that's what I mean. No, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
But
maybe they don't give you a home. They say, okay, because you have a family, because of your family, we'll give you
a hotel stay for a month.
Okay.
A motel stay for a month.
We'll let you. Okay. To let you get back on your feet, we'll give you a hotel stay. We'll cover that for. Okay. We'll be realistic. If you're trying to get someone to get a job, I don't know, 6 months.
Okay.
I'll give you 6 months because you got kids and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. So 6 months. All right. So there you go. What I would do. There's layers, as everything is. There's layers to everything. Now you said everything we had, so even the money that we accumulated beforehand is going to them.
Everything is going to the victim's family.
But I got 6 months to find a job, start saving some money, and start making money, showing them that okay, I'm going somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do you take the deal or not?
No, I can't.
You go through with the death sentence?
No. What do you mean?
So which deal do you take?
Oh, if I take the. Oh no. I'll take my family. We'll start over.
Okay, so you'll start over.
I know. Okay, so people might think it's okay. It's selfish. Again, it depends on like I was saying. I was talking with the wife about it too. It depends on if I was an asshole in my life or my movements were shady all the time. I wasn't really a good person, but I was able to make my money, and that's how I was able to do it. You know what I mean? And then I was lucky to win the lotto, and now blah, blah, blah. And now I commit this crime, and to make up for my sins, maybe I'll say, you know what, I'm gonna take the death, right? To keep my family, especially if I put my family through ish and stuff like that, and they, they got money, but it's just been torture. They have to stay silent. They can't go places. They can't do this. They can't do that because of how I am. Then I'd probably have to take that death penalty. Okay, this is my way of making up for that, or because of the trouble I put you through. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys to now struggle again or whatever. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
But if I was a decent person through my life, we made our money, and now I just happen to win the lotto and thing, and okay, something went down, a situation happened, and I end up killing someone. No, because that's not the type of person I am. It happened. Whatever the situation, we're not going into deep why you killed someone. It just happened, right? It may not. It's not like you just popped off on the person. Something happened. It's a situation, and that ended up happening. No, I'll take my family. We'll go. We'll start over. And it doesn't mean your family is willing to do it too. It's not. They're not against it. You're not holding them against their will. Like, you're coming with me, even though you don't want to. They want you. They're happy that you're not dying.
That's right.
Right? So we go and we'll start over. Because, remember, as we said, I have 6 months to get something going. Maybe a job, right?
Yeah.
If I was beforehand...
Not guaranteed, though. Remember,
No, but I'm fine. No, but I'll get... Listen, this is what I'm saying. If I was the type of person that I was having a decent living before, right? My family's not struggling. I'm not saying we're filthy rich, but we're not struggling. We could take a vacation once a year type of thing, but I still have to work. It's not like I can just chill. I still have to work. And now I hit the lotto. Now I don't have to work, blah, blah, blah. I got connections.
I got you.
Right?
I got you.
I'm not saying everyone is going to be there for you, but if they know the type of person you are and your crime wasn't like, you're not that type of person, it was just something that happened, I'm reaching out to my connections. Especially if I did help them come in, on my way up, I help them make their business or whatever it is. I'm going to reach out to my connections and try and start it over again. Yeah. Get my family up. Now I know, don't do no stupidness, and you start back up and you go up. There is a possibility that can happen, but that's going deeper into it. You know what I mean? If it's just to ask, I was abroad, just straight up, right there, what would you do?
Gotta choose one. You don't know?
It's tough. Like I said, it does go to the type of person, like me right now, I can't take the death penalty because that's not me. I did it, there's a reason it happened. I'm not gonna just go out there and kill people because I need to make my money, or they know too much about me, or this and that, because whatever secrets I'm trying to keep. Like a situation happened, I got into a fight with someone, and maybe I pushed them and they bust their head and now they died. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can think. Now, if I'm just a bad person, but I have a family, but I make these type of movements and this and that, and I have enemies out there, then maybe I might have to just take the death, because now people are coming at me. They're going to go after they may still go after my family anyways with me dead, right? Because of my movements, right? But at least now my family has the money to get away.
That's right.
So I might have to take that and be like, listen, babe, I'm going to take the death. I'm going to go, but I need you guys to get the hell out of here now. Like, dip, so I know you're safe, and then I can die in peace, at least that type of peace, right? So, but to me, it's a tough question. It's not, I don't think it's just a black or white, like, oh, people will be, oh, you're selfish, take the death penalty. Yeah, remember, you're gone forever. You're done. You're not seeing none of that. And I know some of you dudes don't want your woman now to go check a next dude with all that money, get her back blown out by a new man and spending that money on him.
You can also come back as a ghost and haunt them.
But now I got money, I'm going to get Ghostbusters to get rid of your ass. Okay?
I don't know, man. So you're going with taking the...
We starting over. I think I have, as you said, I was already decent before the money. Like we were making, I had a job, I was working. I might have to just start over. We go somewhere else again, because in a whole different country. They don't know anything that happened. Again, I'm not a criminal.
That's right.
It was just an incident that happened, and I committed a crime, and it happened. I go somewhere else, I start over.
Yeah. And some countries don't even have that choice. It doesn't matter what you did or what the reason was behind it. You kill somebody, death penalty. Some countries are like that. Not all countries, but I know Canada's obviously a little more lenient. And we don't believe in the death penalty. I don't believe so. But in other countries, if you commit a crime, especially murder, they'll put you to death, right?
Yeah.
Hard topic. Very tricky. But with me, I'm weighing the chances of my family being successful, right? Now, as a man, your role is to elevate and promote and give your family the best chance in life to survive and prosper, right? That's the whole goal is, of, I guess, being, quote unquote, being a leader of a household, right?
Yeah.
In that breath, you're kind of like gambling. If you give all your finances to your victim's family and you're now left to start over again, because it's not guaranteed, like I said, that you're going to prosper in a different country and even just make it. Like, I'm not talking about being filthy rich or becoming a billionaire in another country or starting your own business.
Yeah, no.
Like, you just to even make it possibly. And remember, the country that you're leaving, they can ship you off to anywhere. Like, let's say they want to put you in Guatemala. I'm just saying that at the top of my head, right? Any place. You may not find the same success.
But if the deal is you put me to start over, you can't just put me in the forest of Gambaba, wherever it is.
No,
and say,
they just
start
exile you.
over.
They put you on a boat.
Remember, we said you're taking care of me for 6 months. You put me in a hotel, so you can't just put me anywhere.
Listen. Find your way.
I know, but you said, like we said, you can't change it now and be like, oh, it's gonna drop you somewhere. You said 6 months in a hotel.
Yeah.
You find a job. That's what I'm saying. You can start over. That's the most you're doing. You go look for a job, whatever. And yes, I know. Okay, now I said you have connections. You're in another country, so maybe the connections might not be able to think because the connection might only work somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you can start over.
Yeah.
It's not as if, and you're in another country. You never know. You might be able to start up quick. You might have an idea that could work there. That
100%.
you be like, hey, back where I was, they had this here. They don't have that yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
But again,
let's get it going.
good point. But it's a 50-50 and you're still rolling the
Everything's
dice.
50-50.
Right?
Even now, is a 50-50.
True.
You're a good person.
True.
So
that's true. You raise good points, right? But I'm looking at it where okay. Not to say that I don't believe in myself in striving and being successful in another country.
yeah.
But there's still that perspective where things might not work out.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So for me, I'm gonna have to divert and choose the other side where if I did a crime and it's murder, you gotta atone for what you did.
But again,
Right?
if I'm being, I know this is self-defense and that's different from, but again, sometimes it may not show that it was a self-defense act.
right.
But I know that's making it bigger and broader, but again, if it's just the one time that happened,
That's right.
and I'm sorry for it, like a thing, I can give you, listen, here, I'll start, because they said anytime, it doesn't matter, it's hard for anything. Like, and if I done it once, like I said, and I start again, I already know the pitfalls. I know certain things that can happen. I know what to do and what not to do kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can start over and I do have a good chance of coming back up because I know certain things. If I didn't know how to start out and I was poor and I just won the lottery and now I got to give everything back and I start from zero again, that's a different story because I don't know what to do. I won the lotto. I didn't have anything beforehand, so I can't start anywhere. So yeah, I might have to go that route in here. I'll take the death and you guys continue with life the way it is. But if I've started up,
Yeah. Perfect point. But I'm still along the lines where
I hear you.
I'm thinking about the generational wealth, right? I mean, like,
Again,
I'm gonna miss my family. I'll miss my kids.
They could screw it up, eh? You can die and the next day they lose all of that money and you died for no reason now.
That's a good point, because then that's another 50-50.
Because do they know how to manage the money? That all depends, right? So.
That's true. But when you have that type of money,
But I get what you're saying.
when you have that type of money, you got to think that, okay, I'm gonna have a lawyer.
Someone's got to be smart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an
Yeah,
accountant.
yeah.
I'm gonna have all that stuff set up so that when I do pass away, I know that they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Put it in investments. So I'm gonna have to go along with the side where, you know what, kill me off. I have my kids are gonna have money. My wife is always gonna be okay. My family's gonna be okay. My grandparents, if they're still living, they're going to be okay. My mom's going to be okay, so on and so forth. So if I have to die in order for them to keep that wealth, if it appeases the victim's family, me dying at the same time, who's losing?
Well, yeah, that would have to kind of
Right.
be the
Right.
thing, right? Like they'll take that or whatever, or
Right.
they'll say, okay, if you don't want to die, then we taking everything that you have.
Right,
I mean,
'cause
it's not
it'll-
going to make up for it. Neither
course
is going to
not.
make up for it.
Of
so,
course not. And remember,
yeah.
this is the justice system's alternative. It's not the
Yeah.
victim's family. So the victim's family is saying, listen, we're okay with it. If he's going to die for what he did to my husband, my son, or whatever the case may be, we'll take it. But at the same time, that family now is going to inherit going to keep all that money. The victim's family has to be okay with seeing that.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing too.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Most of
So-
the time, they're not going to want. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So
I get it.
we differ on that. I choose the death penalty as long as my family's lineage continues on and they're prospering for generation upon generation upon generation. I'm cool with taking the death penalty.
Okay. All right. Okay, I got one for you.
What do you got?
This is just for you. I want 10 songs that describe you.
10 songs that describe me.
Any 10 songs that you have, right? There could be 30 songs that describe you, but I just want you to like 10 songs that like, okay, this song describes me because this and this and that. It could just even be one verse in the song and everything else has nothing to do with you. It could just be the chorus, but something in the song that's like, you know what? If you want to learn about me, my vibe, how I am kind of thing, these are 10 of the songs you can listen to.
That's a good
All right.
one. Oh my gosh. I can't think of 10 off the bat.
No, there's nothing about it. For next one. For the next time.
Oh, okay, okay,
That's what I'm saying. I don't want you, because I didn't complete
That's
it.
a good one.
I didn't
like
complete.
that.
I have like 5 down, but
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
but okay. So the question I want to wrap this up with today for you. So I seen this. Someone have it up. It's probably gone around. It's probably been asked before.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has been asked before. But I want your answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to your boy Kobe.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Cobes.
Yep.
And I think they asked Kobe this, and he answered it.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe number 8 versus Kobe number 4. Who wins?
24.
You know who Kobe said? He said 8. But let me hear your answer. I think that's what I heard him say on the thing. He said number 8.
Okay, so I'm actually going
But-
to disagree with my icon.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 24, and here's why I say 24.
All right.
I like people that go through adversity. I like people that, when they're counted out, they show improve. An aging Kobe, no Shaq, right? Who counted them to win anymore? Who counted them to win not just one championship, but multiple championships, right? Nobody. He was discounted. So for me personally, I would have to choose 24 over 8, simply because 8 had that. He was still growing, right? He still had his youth. He still had that skill level. He could do whatever, whenever he wanted, right? He had Shaq. He had, Ron Harper. He had Robert Ory. You know what I mean? So he had help along the way.
Eddie Jones.
Nick
Nick Van Exel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you put him at an older stage with, I wouldn't say an aging Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol was still a decent center, right? You put him with Ron Artest. Ron Artest wasn't really an offensively skilled player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at that point, he can still come back and hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
My point is,
Yeah.
my point is, he won a championship later in his career with a much more challenging roster. That's my point, right? You take Shaq out of the equation, it made it much. You think when they played Boston in that series, it would have been that close with Shaq in there? Who can guard Shaq? Garnett? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying there. a
as
little bit.
far
Yeah.
as adversity, injuries, what he has to deal with this roster, if you go back and look at that championship team, they weren't really deep. They didn't really have a deep roster. So me personally, because of what he had to go through in his later career,
Yeah.
I'd have to choose 24.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, I think, it's one-on-one, right? So all that other stuff, I'm assuming wouldn't matter, but I see why you're putting it in there for the mentality-wise, right? That mentality of the 24 Kobe is gonna be different from the 8.
That's right.
I can't. Damn. I wish I remembered what. I remember what he said and why. I'm pretty sure he had said number 8. I don't know if it's because maybe he was hungry. I don't know what it is. I'll show it to you after. I'll try and look it up after and find it. But
you choose 8.
me, I don't know. I can't choose either. I'm not a. I didn't study Kobe like you did, like that. All right, well, I can see why you say 20 one-on-one.
Hold on, I can make it easier for you. Same question to you. So I'm the Kobe. I love Kobe. You're an MJ. You're MJ,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So do you prefer the MJ prior to the retirement or the MJ that came up after retirement? Kind of similar.
Are we excluding Washington?
Fuck Washington. No one,
Okay, so we're
no
just
one
talking
includes Washington anymore. when we're talking about
Hey, I know everyone disses that, but hey, he did some shit on there
he did.
you know what I mean? But okay, I get what you're saying there. Okay, so pre-Bulls Jordan, pre-retired Jordan.
yeah.
See, now that's a little different. It's tough.
No, it's kind of the same because you're comparing.
I know, but you get that. The after retirement Jordan, so after the first 3, we're talking about the second 3 wins Jordan. That's like he's polished there a little more. Highlight wise, I gotta go for the pre because you got that young Jordan. He was fly. Like he still went up there when he came back from retirement, but you weren't getting as much. You got more of a strategic killer. I'm gonna back you down. I'm gonna give you that. The post.
So you're going pre-Jordan.
I can't pick.
See, I'm still sticking with my argument that you have to think about adversity.
I know that one-on-one, but that one-on-one, I know, but that you're a young buck. Think about it. A young buck, you think of yourself now. Your younger version, you playing you now. My younger version is killing me now. They're killing me now. Just because
but the older version is
okay. Let me not say killing me.
The older version is smarter and is more tactful when it comes to how to score. The pre-Jordan is just.
But if that step of the younger one is getting you,
Yeah.
you know yourself. You know that. Fuck! I got myself on that.
Yeah.
I can't recover after that one. I know right now, if he gets this, I can't recover. Now you're looking at shooting. You might say, you know what? When I was younger, my shot wasn't that great. Right now, it's killer.
Yeah.
Right. So there's those factors. I know with Jordan, it's just hard with Jordan because he was like we're talking one-on-one. Championships don't matter and anything. Like if we're talking one-on-one, all that stuff doesn't matter. Like he was always hungry. He was always like 63 points on a Boston Hall of Famer team. Like Jordan, like post-retired Jordan, I don't like. Are you messing with that 63-point Jordan right there? And look who he's beating. Like. This is an established team. I know it's one-on-one, but that shot, he was killing them too, right? Yeah. So it's hard. Remember, Kobe in the beginning, he worked. So I can see you going with the 24 if all that factors in, right? Jordan, I'm pretty sure when he came in, he probably missed and stuff. But I'm pretty sure his first 3 years were more solid than Kobe's first 3 years in the league, right? So Jordan was a little more positive. That's why I say it's a little bit harder to go with that. So to be dead honest, I really don't know who to go to because I don't know. It's hard.
Did you anticipate Jordan winning 3 more after he came back from retirement? Is that something that you can possibly see? Don't be biased. Like one maybe.
Yeah.
But back to back.
3 in a row? I tell you. I would want that. I would say it as a Jordan fan. Yeah. But I could see it not happen. Like I wouldn't think 3 in a row. Like I would say it, but it happening, I'd still be shocked.
Okay,
right?
so capture that. Keep that in your mind, right? For him to come back and do that.
But to do it for your first time too. Remember, he won one track.
But he had youth on his side.
And then I know, but he's to win 3. It's still tough, and you have, and
course.
again, you have youth on your side, right? So
Yeah.
your mentality is, I won 1, I'm gonna do it again. But that after that, you're thinking, oh, I won 1, I know this next one's gonna be tough. So you anticipate yourself to deal with that type of mentality, right? But those, remember, first, it's not like he won 1, missed, a couple years went by, didn't do anything, and then you got another. You won 1, then you won it again, and then you won it again. When you got your championships, you did something no one else did.
I got one.
Right away,
Yeah.
right? And then you left, came back, and it's not like it was 2-3 years and then the Bulls won again.
Yeah.
You half a season that lost that half a season, came back your first full season back. Won, and didn't they set the record? Didn't they go 72-10? Or was it because when they beat Seattle, I think the year they did 72-10.
I don't think that was his first season. I know he went from 45 to back to 23. I don't think they won. They lost to Orlando.
That's the half season he came back. He didn't come back.
Okay, good point.
He came back halfway through that season,
Gotcha.
and they lost. And then the next season was the full season
right.
back, and
That's
they
right.
won.
My bad.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. He won. Then he won 3 right there. But I think that was the 72-10 season. I don't know if it was that one or the first Utah matchup. I swore it was Seattle when they did it. Because they faced Seattle in the finals. I think that was the year. Think about that, bro.
All right. I know we're gonna argue here. With the next
He's the
one.
fucking GOAT. I don't
Hold on
care
a
what-
second, hold on a
Listen,
second.
it's dead.
Hold on a second.
Don't ever talk to me about who is GOAT. No man is
Hold on a
talking to me about
We're
GOAT.
gonna
You
go-
retire and come back 72-10 and then win 3 more.
No.
You're-
No, it's talking about the whole goal status belongs to Jordan. But I know that this is gonna spark a fight and a debate. But I'm keeping my lane. I'm putting 2 feet on the ground, and I'm standing on business.
Do it.
You ready?
What are you saying?
I know enough people are gonna argue with me. I don't give 2 shits.
Kobe's beating Jordan in what? Go.
Hold on
Let
a
me
second.
see.
Hold on a second. Let me get to my. Let me wait.
I know you, dog.
Let me say it,
Go ahead.
right? A prime Kobe versus a young Jordan. I'm picking Kobe.
Wait, that doesn't. What is a young? What do you mean a young prime? So Kobe at his best against Jordan coming in. So you weighted in your favor. Why isn't it prime Kobe against prime Jordan?
Jordan's that good, right?
Huh?
Jordan's that wicked. He's a basketball god. Right?
I'm still taking young Jordan. Why? Kobe's studying that shit.
I'm picking Kobe.
Because I see what you're doing there, right?
It's an even
But
round.
you know what? It still makes Jordan better because you had to young Jordan and put Kobe at his height to beat him.
But Jordan was still
Because if you take prime Jordan, ain't no one beating prime Jordan.
Well, I'll concede. Okay, that's a good point. But it's a good debate though, right?
Take your
Jordan. But Jordan, it wasn't like Jordan was trash.
Listen,
in his first few years, he was Jordan.
He's not smoking Kobe. I'm not going to be stupid and be like a young Jordan is smoking a prime Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. I don't think he's not smoking him. If they did a 7 game, that might be Jordan's first 7 game. Game 7 in a finals. If they're playing each other, like this is your final match.
Yeah, but hold on a second.
That might be his first time. And you know what?
But
I'm
then
picking Jordan.
you would have to pick Kobe then.
No.
Because Jordan had to strive to he had to beat up the Pistons, he had to beat the Detroit, he had to beat the Boston Celtics.
He's still dropping his points. You know why he struggled? Because he's
not even getting to a game.
But he didn't get the team involved. This is why he lost. He hasn't been to a game 7 in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in game 7s in playoffs. The finals, he hasn't seen a game 7. He's seen a couple game 7s in playoffs, which is fine or whatever, right? This is why I said he's not smoking. But this Jordan, a young Jordan, is still smart. He dropped his points. Remember, I said 63 points against a Boston team, Hall of Famers, right? In his young days, right? Kobe in his prime, yes, he could probably could have dropped 60, but he didn't do 60. He did 81, yes, okay, great. It was the shitty ass Raptors at that time, whatever. Right? It ain't no great Raptor. He ain't dropping 81 on a Boston like that Boston team, right? I don't even know if he's getting 63.
But during that Boston series, he was injured. They were banging him up hard, yo.
And he still dropped 63.
No, I'm talking about Kobe.
Oh, Kobe, which one? Which
When they played the
series?
Celtics and I went to a game 7.
No, I'm talking about Kobe.
Sometimes-
Kobe
again,
playing the Hall of Famer. Not this bot. Not Ray and Garnett boss. I'm talking take Kobe and face the same Hall of Fame team Jordan faced and dropped 63.
Okay, so what age? What?
I'm saying Jordan's doing that. At that young Jordan is doing that to a Boston Celtics team.
You don't think Kobe could do that at a prime? Kobe couldn't do that.
I'm saying a prime Kobe, he could probably do that. But that's what I'm saying. It's a prime Kobe, and that's prime Kobe. If a young Jordan can do that, he's not getting killed by Kobe. Kobe, I can see you taking Kobe. If you were to say I'll take prime Kobe over Jordan, I'm not saying you're completely wrong. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's dumb, that's stupid. I'm a Jordan fan, but I can appreciate that. I can accept that. You saying a prime Kobe's beating Jordan. 'Cause I can even see Jordan saying that. I could see Jordan saying, prime Kobe is beating me. I can see him saying that, right? I can get that. So I think it'll be close. I'm going Jordan because I'm a Jordan fan. I don't expect you to say Jordan. I expect you to say Kobe. But if you were to say Jordan, I can get that too. As I said, it's not a blowout. I don't think it's a blowout. They're going, each game is close. Maybe someone might squeak a little bit of a bigger win. You know, you might get a little hot. I get it. But I think it'll be close all around because that Jordan, his mentality is what Kobe's mentality is.
All right, we need someone to make the final word though. TJ, prime Kobe, you're the one that can break the tie. Think about it. Think about it. Prime Kobe, youthful Jordan. Who wins?
MJ all day.
Oh God, come on, TJ.
MJ all day.
Come on, TJ. You disappointed me, brother.
We get you. We get you.
You disappointed me, brother.
Here's the blueprint, man.
He's the blueprint, but you can't. You have to respect on Kobe's name. Man.
No, not
Like
that.
even I'm saying Kobe wouldn't demolish Jordan. Everybody knows that, right? I'll even say to the point where it'll probably come down to like the very last second. Like it'll be that type of a dogfight. But if you're putting in Kobe's mentality, and
What he learned from Jordan's young mentality.
cool, but
So
again,
they got the same
Jordan
mentality.
learned that from someone else prior to
Okay,
him.
but that person's
No,
not
everybody
in the game.
learns from a prior generation.
That person's not in the game though. So we're talking about the two people playing, which is Jordan and Kobe. And between the two, Kobe learned Jordan's mentality. And Jordan had that mentality from young. Kobe isn't just taking, he won 3 championships, let me get this. He's taking Jordan from in the league. He started because he was doing his shit from then, and that's what Kobe wanted to do.
Yeah.
So their mentalities are basically the same. Kobe's might be a little, because you said he's prime, so that's the years of a little more years
Polished.
experience
Yep.
to get there. But again, it's all from Jordan. He's getting it from.
Yeah.
So Jordan is going to recognize what's going on. He sees what's going on. That's why I say I can't fight you on or be like, oh, you're wrong to say prime Kobe will beat a young Jordan. I could see it happening. Close. It'll be close. Where in the end, it's like, it doesn't really matter. They're kind of the same. When I see those type of games or teams play each other and it comes down to the wire and like every game is close, for one side to be like, oh, we're way better than you guys. No, you're not way better than. It's a luck of the draw. The wind blew one way and the ball went in, or the wind blew this way and now the ball didn't go in, and that's how you beat me, or that's how I beat you.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm way better than you. You're too close. That's too close.
You know what I like about this discussion? Now, once we mention the
Him,
fake,
the don't
the fake bum. Now, once we have to mention that kind of conversation, because we all know he ain't part of that no GOAT conversation.
We all know.
We're joking. LeBron's there, but to me, he'll never be at Kobe status or Jordan status. That's my opinion. I'm pretty sure that's your opinion too.
Listen, he's his own status, and I'll give you guys that, and that's about it. He's his own.
He's his own status because he's been playing so long for like a dinosaur.
Who's
not going to get the scoring title when you're 50 years old? Come on.
Listen, there's
Or the
plenty
most
we
points
can go on.
scored.
There's plenty we can go on. We might have to just make a one dedication podcast, and we're just going to talk Jordan, Kobe, and
Bring up some highlights.
and him, because we are like a bunch of stuff people try to throw, and and you see in the comments the same stuff over when they try and discredit Jordan. What happened his first 7 years? Jordan fans act like he only played 6 years. No, we don't. We know about those years. We can admit those first 7 years.
Didn't he break
He
his,
didn't,
didn't
he didn't
break his
win.
leg?
He
broke
missed
his leg.
basically a whole season. Like the second year, he was out basically the whole season. And when he came back, he still took over. Okay, he struggled. We didn't say he didn't lose in the beginning. Our whole point is when he won and he started, his whole thing was this. Jordan never, his whole time was this. You might get one of these. You know, Detroit years might have been something like that. But the moment
he figured it out?
and it just went up. He never dropped back down. He retired. Like I said, he retired, came back, set the record, not him, but the team with his help, set the record of 72-10, which is still the best record. Why? Because he won the title that year.
No,
Golden State did not win their. I don't give a shenanigans. You didn't win the title. You had a record.
Yeah.
You had the best. Okay, you had the best record. You didn't have the best team.
Yeah.
Give you that. There you go. But that record means nothing if you can't finish it off.
Good point.
Right? You have a cake. Your cake looks beautiful. But if you put a piece of shit on the top of the cake, the cake is trash now.
Cake is done.
No one cares about the cake. No one's gonna eat the cake anymore, right? So that's how I look at it. He went up. He never dropped. If you want to talk about Washington years, go ahead. There's still footage. There's one that goes around talking about the 2 game win, 96 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
When he dropped 40 something one game, and the next game dropped more.
You know what I didn't know about that? I know it's off topic. I didn't know that in order for him to become an owner, he was forced to play that role. I didn't know that. That was part of like some contract or whatever.
Hold on.
Yeah. All right, so this is your boy Crispy Brown with DJ H2O.
Yeah, we come
It's
in.
been another episode of WAWG.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the people that
Before we leave, we just want to say, listen, we're just doing this. This is the thing we're doing. We know a lot of people do podcasts and, you know, want to do their thing. Like, listen, we're here to do this because we want to do this. We like to have conversations. It's cool. We want everyone to be involved in a way. If this blows up, it blows up. If it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't.
Fuck that shit. This shit's gonna blow up.
All right. When it blows up, it's just a matter of time. Either slow, fast, whatever. It's not a rush thing. We're here. Even those 2 of us here, future we're gonna have guests. They might be known, they might be unknown. We want anyone to just come on and talk with us, have a conversation, give your opinion on whatever it is.
And it's an open dialogue. Don't be scared to discuss what's on your mind, what's in your heart, how you feel. Doesn't matter who's watching.
We could talk new stuff, old stuff, medium stuff, whatever it is, you know. But we here. We all we got. We for the people. That's what it is.
Facts.
All right. So again, we out. This is the last. This is the end of this session.
All right. Thanks to our coordinator. What title would you give him? Our cameraman. The man in charge. The man running all the lighting, all the electricity, all the stuff that you see behind the stuff that you can't see behind the scenes. Shout out to TJ.
What's up?
Yeah.
Thanks again. We appreciate you, and we're out. We're all we got.
Bang bang.